Hi, I'm Libby Petit, and I work for Williamson County Schools as a field supervisor. Today we're going to talk about getting a good nutritional breakfast. But before we get started, I'm waiting on my friend Tracy.
Hey Libby.
Hey.
Hey everyone. My name's Tracy Arnold. I'm with the Manchester City School System. I'm food service manager at a pre-K through 5 elementary school. I had to finish my breakfast, just finishing up. It always makes me feel better whenever I've had a good breakfast to start my day.
Tracy, why do you think it's so important for us to have a good nutritional breakfast?
Well, it's highly important, but most students, for instance, they rely on school meals for their primary source of nutrition. To get their day started, that can create, if they've not had a good breakfast, it can create a lot of problems. It can create behavioral problems. They complain of headaches and stomach aches, and this can interfere with their learning. And we want to create better learners, better students. So it's important that they get that meal in to start their day out.
You know, we deal with two major problems in Tennessee: malnutrition and hunger. And we want kids to enjoy eating a more nutritional school breakfast besides what they get. Normally they get soda or maybe chips or cookies.
We want to do what we can to try to get those kids into the cafeterias, not only for the traditional come in and sit down breakfast, but we also want to get them in there maybe to do a grab and go or even the breakfast in the classroom. And there's several different options, and some of the vendors and suppliers that we have out there, they offer no cost to you carts and things. So you might want to check with if you're a manager like myself, your director or your central office or your vendors, and just see what options are out there. And it could be at no cost, and it could be a good program for you. But at our school, we do what you call a grab and go. And at about 7:50 a.m. of the morning, you know, the kids get there hopefully on time, but 7:50, we will offer a grab and go where they come through the line and they get what's offered for breakfast, but they'll take it to the classroom and they'll eat it in the classroom. And this is something that you have to be creative, and you've got to be innovative in what you offer. For instance, if you offered pancakes and syrup in your cafeteria for the sit-down breakfast, you might want to take out that syrup because it can get messy in the classroom. So you might do the pancakes that have the syrup that's already baked into the pancake itself, and the waffles the same. You might want to take the jelly out if you did offer a jelly or something, but you have to be creative and still make it work, because we want the teachers on board, we want the parents on board, and we want the head of the school, the principal. So we got to get them all excited and make it work for all of us. So make it an easy transition and make it something that will work for everybody, because we want the kids to have the breakfast, because that's the most important thing.
And you know, if we can't do breakfast in the classroom at your school, then we can offer just a regular traditional breakfast going through the line. Simple recipe for that is just a sausage link or a sausage patty, and we're using a turkey sausage for this. And we're also adding about some eggs, and we're adding a little bit of cheese. And there you go, there's your breakfast taco. We can also offer salsa. We want to stick with the mild salsa for our KA students because of it being a little milder. And you might want to experiment a little bit with the high school to have a hot and spicy salsa with your breakfast taco. We also offer apple slices, blueberries, and strawberries.
And when we're talking about our fruits and vegetables, we want to always make sure that we have the appropriate amount that is required for us. We have to have a half a cup of fruit and half cup of juice. We have some changes coming up in the next year. So we want to make sure that we're following the guidelines set for us. One of the menu items that I wanted to demonstrate today is a parfait. The parfait is really easy to make, and it will meet your protein, your fruit, and your grain. We're going to use 8 ounces of low-fat yogurt, vanilla yogurt. You put this in your container, and if you use a clear container, it makes it really pretty. Then you want to take and we've got a 1/4 cup of strawberries. We've got a 1/4 cup of blueberries. And then we're putting in some granola, and you want to make sure you've got the appropriate amount of granola to meet your grain. So this is an exciting and a good, tasty menu option for breakfast, and even the breakfast in the classroom. This would work as long as you give them the spoon and everything to do it. But it's a very pretty presentation and the kids really like it. Some other options you have for the grab-and-go breakfast or breakfast in the classroom, you could do some of your granola bars, the fruit and grain bars, being whole grain, of course.
Also, we offer whole grain pancakes and whole grain waffles. We offer chicken and biscuit on a whole grain biscuit.
Instead of using the bowls of cereal that you would serve traditionally in your cafeteria setting, you might do the pouches of cereal, where that would sort of discourage the children from pouring milk, and so they'll actually drink their milk, they'll eat the dry cereal, and it doesn't create the mess that we're trying to prevent and make sure that we have, you know, something that is not only healthy and great for the kids, but it's teacher friendly too, because getting them on board is the key to a lot of this working. Communication is a big thing I think we lack in. We need to maybe send out monthly newsletters and involve the food. You know, your schools send out monthly newsletters. Make sure to put the menus there. Talk to them about the breakfast in the classroom, the grab-and-go breakfast. Get it on your website. Get it in emails, texts. A lot of the systems have texts that, you know, go out to the parents. But just communicate the importance of a breakfast and how vital it is for those kids to receive a nutritious and healthy meal that we provide there at the schools.
I think we've wrapped it up.
I think we have. I think we've covered it all.
Well, thank you so much for viewing this video, and remember, we cannot teach a hungry child.